This is Doha, at the beginning of this cross-continental journey to Singapore. Join me on Qatar Airways QSuites, frequently dubbed the world's best business class. I'll show you the awesome ground experience, plus the fine dining and luxuries on board, and how you can snag this for a fraction of what would have been a $3,000 price tag. You join me here at Hamad International Airport in Doha, where if you're starting your journey here, both first and business class check-in has its own entrance at the drop-off zone. Once inside, it's Al Safwa for first, but it's going to be Al Mourjan for business class today. There's dedicated check-in desks with plenty of comfy seating in case it's already feeling too much at this stage of the journey. You then through to the business class security lane, which spits you out airside, and you're greeted by the large famous teddy bear. Your flight is going to be taken off from one of three concourses, A, B or C gates, and whilst it's walkable, every 3 minutes there's a transit that gets you there in no time. Lots of modern art and architecture here, and no shortage of restaurants, shops and designer brands where you can buy that last minute emergency gift. I'll be avoiding that and taking full advantage of the lounge. There's two Al Mourjan lounges to choose from here, the original large one in the south near the big teddy bear, or the garden lounge in the north. I'm going to be heading over to the newer garden lounge. This place is incredibly impressive. Once you're welcomed in by reception staff, the lounge is divided into two zones. Head right for the dining zone and left for the relaxing, quieter zone. Heading right, you're greeted with a large selection of seating options. Regular dining tables, higher bar stools, some a bit open, some more private, and some with views to the terminal's stunning newly constructed garden, hence the name Al Mourjan Garden Lounge. The buffet catering here is magnificent. There's self-service hot food, soups, pre-prepared smaller portions, and of course desserts. Soft drinks, teas and coffees are all self-service, and then espresso coffees and alcohol are available either at the bar or upon request. There's a cooking station where amongst the other items the a la carte sushi is prepared, and speaking of a la carte, I make it time for the smoked salmon sushi alongside a glass of French brut champagne. But it doesn't end there. I ordered the beef tenderloin medium rare, and just a few minutes later I was served this superb looking steak from the kitchen, cooked to perfection. Also at this end there's a family and games room to get rid of any last minute energy. Over at the other end of this lounge there's a more relaxed vibe. Again, lots more seating, some more open, some more private, some set up for solo travellers, some set up for groups or families, desk options, sofas, with most seating having access to wireless charging, universal power sockets and USB chargers. In keeping with their other lounges, there's this wonderful indoor feature at the centre here, adding to that chilled, relaxed feel. There's further snacks and drink stations here, a smaller bar area, and also a fitness centre and spa. Shower facilities are available, which apart from being a little on the smaller side are just immaculate. Tall ceilings and stops with diptyque amenities. No toilets in these shower rooms, but they're just next door, and are also top notch with hand towels for a premium experience. I've arrived here through connections. It's approaching 2 AM and my flight is not for another 7 hours, so I'm heading over to the quiet rooms for a few hours. Not that you'll get any sleep here, as the seats are neither flat nor upright, but it is nice to have your own quiet private room. As it's now morning and just before I complete my time in the lounge here, I'm heading back to the dining side for a cappuccino and an eggs benedict off the a la carte menu, which is cooked impeccably. And given it's just a short walk to the gate today, it allows me to spend a few minutes at Hamad International Airport's main attraction, the fabulous orchard. This 6,000 square metre airside indoor tropical garden made up of around 25,000 plants is beautifully peaceful. This airport is a destination worth visiting just in itself. Well, it's all too easy to forget you're at an airport here, but there is a flight to catch, so time to get to the gate. It's a separate bus for business class passengers with posher seating for our remote stand this morning. We're going to be on this Airbus A350 1000 in their QSuites business class cabin. That's the modern one with your own private door, and all seats have aisle access, so let's get on board and see what it's like. Warmly welcomed on board, and I head to my seat, which today is 5 Alpha. Stunning first impressions. The first thing that stands out is how private all these suites are with their tall doors and dividers. Half the seats are forward facing and half rear facing. I've chosen a rear facing window seat today, which is placed slightly closer to the window. I find bedding and a couple of pillows in my seat, which I just shove in the overhead bins. Whilst I settle in and the novelty of my seat is still sinking in, there's a couple of menus to check out, and I'm offered a pre-departure beverage of both the signature lime and mint drink and champagne. Taking a look around the seat, or should I say suite, it's comfortable, it's roomy, it's private. The seat is made up of this high quality upholstery fabric. It's got an adjustable headrest and adjustable armrest either side of the seat. Seat controls are located within easy reach, and you've got this massive 21.5-inch high-resolution IFE screen. Your tray table pulls out towards you and folds open to form a large surface where it makes even a 16-inch laptop look small. Also in the suite, you've got a universal power socket, a USB-A charger alongside the in-flight entertainment remote. Between the chair and the aisle, because the armrest is adjustable, it makes getting in and out of your seat nice and easy when your tray table is out. But it also doubles up as a storage compartment underneath, where you'll find a bottle of water and noise-cancelling headphones for the IFE system. In front of you, you've got a side table and a shelf underneath. Alongside the seat controls, you've got the overhead light controls and a do not disturb button. And under the IFE screen, you have a call button and another light control. Beside you, there's a reading lamp with 3 different brightness levels along with a coat hook. And of course, you've got your own individual door for additional privacy, which makes this a suite. Right now it's locked in place for takeoff, but that will unlock once we're in the sky. On this A350, they've decided not to fit overhead storage bins in the middle, making the cabin look more roomy and spacious. Overall, a spectacular place to spend the next 7 hours. With boarding complete, we make our way along the taxiway and line ourselves up on runway 16L. This is flight QR944 Doha to Singapore on this 4-year-old A350. There's a 7-hour journey ahead of us. We're departing more or less on time at 9 AM and due to land into Singapore at 9:30 PM. Time to hit the skies. Soon after takeoff, the cabin crew spring into action, starting off with the drink service, where the choices include champagne, wines, cocktails, mocktails, spirits, beer. I'm going for the Aperol Royale, which is prepared in the galley area and served straight to my seat alongside these fabulous warmed nuts. It's dine on demand here on Qatar Airways, so it's eat what you want when you want, which gives you the choice of how you want to adjust to your destination time zone. Tons of great choices, including soup, lobster, beef, chicken, salmon, vegetarian from their a la carte menu, and a choice of breakfast options also. I've chosen to get going with a lunch service first thing. The table is then set with a cloth, this LED candle effect lantern, and a selection of artisan breads with olive oil and balsamic vinegar. To kick things off, it's the Arabic meze with pita bread for starters. Wonderfully warm fresh pita bread with 3 deliciously creamy dishes of hummus, tahini and muhammara. It was the beef short ribs for Maine, which did not disappoint. Slow cooked beef is always a good choice in the sky, and this was by far the best I've ever had served on a plane. And do not underestimate the portion sizes here on Qatar Airways. I was absolutely stuffed, so had to bail on the dessert at this point. If you're enjoying the video, may I get a like and a subscribe please? It's early days on the channel, but I will add a few more flight videos. Thank you. The amenity kits are all waiting for you at your seat when you board and are presented in these black soft leather cases. Diptyque is the provider of these kits, and inside you get body lotion, facial cream, lip balm, this great eau de toilette, along with an eye mask, socks and earplugs. No toothbrush and toothpaste inside these kits, and that's because they're located in the toilets along with a shaving kit. There's 4 toilets in this business class cabin. This one up the front has a window on the A350. It's a little larger than economy, has some more Diptyque hand wash and lotion, and of course are kept immaculately clean and tidy throughout the flight. Now let's check out the in-flight entertainment. There's a huge, crisp, sharp 21.5-inch built-in screen, which is great because you can still use this during takeoff and landing. The touchscreen is responsive and there's a huge selection of films, TV shows, documentaries, games, over 6,000 options apparently, including camera views and of course the interactive map. You get solid feeling noise cancelling headphones which do a great job of the noise cancelling, and the sound quality is very good. And then lastly you have a remote just under the side table. This one is a touchscreen, saving you having to lean forward to reach the large screen. And you can have the map on the little screen whilst watching something else more interesting on the big screen. Each suite has this sliding door that closes completely and is just like having your own private room. Seat controls are in easy reach of your seats. You've got these 3 preset positions, and then you can manually alter the backrest and footrest also. But the best part about travelling in long haul business class is turning your seat into the lie flat position. Who doesn't love just chilling, having a lay down, watching some TV just cause you can? Or probably more practically in this case, getting some sleep to minimise any jet lag. Bedding is provided in this pre-prepared bag which contains a duvet. The cabin crew offer a turn-down service, which, as awkward as that sounds to actually request, they insist on it and make you feel really comfortable when it is time to ask. There's 2 very comfortable pillows in each seat, and you're allowed to take the smaller one home with you. Pyjamas are also provided. This is a must-have take-home souvenir for wearing on any future flights, where you can tell your fellow passengers that you've travelled Qatar Airways business class without telling them you've travelled Qatar Airways business class. The foot cupboard situation is a little restrictive, but if you're as sleep deprived as I currently am, you won't notice a thing. All in all, of course, I'm super grateful to be able to have this private suite laying down on a plane. After a very comfortable doze and about 90 minutes before landing, I'll fancy something a bit lighter and go for the Greek yoghurt with wild berry and granola, alongside some pastries, both of which hit the spot. And I couldn't resist wanting to try out a cappuccino. I can confirm that this is made from a proper espresso coffee shot and correctly steamed milk. A genuine cappuccino in the sky is a first for me. As the sun set and we passed over a lightning storm over Malaysia, this fabulous experience is coming to an end. The service levels have been 5-star, not just on board but also on the ground. The catering has been top quality. The lounge facilities are on a different level. I've genuinely been blown away by this first ever Qatar Airways experience. Don't forget, this was a QSuites business class flight I took today. Not all Qatar Airways business class is QSuites, but it's easy to check at the time of booking on Qatar Airways website. Of course, an unexpected aircraft change is always a possibility, so technically there's no guarantees. How much did I pay for this luxury? Definitely not the £3,000 you'd have to fork out for a one-way ticket a few weeks before. I got this for just £84 and 50,000 Avios booked as a redemption flight through British Airways. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you've flown QSuites before, do let me know, and if you have any feedback, please drop a comment. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.